Have you ever stopped and wondered if everything you've been told about aging is true? If you're over 70, do you still feel like you're expected to chase youth, perfection, or keep up with a busy schedule just because that's what society says? What if I told you that after 70, there are certain things you can let go of that will make your life better, happier, and more fulfilling? In this video, I'm going to share 12 things that just don't make sense for women like us after 70. These aren't just tips, they're life-changing shifts in perspective that will help you live with more freedom, joy, and peace of mind. From redefining beauty and letting go of toxic relationships to embracing new hobbies and taking control of your health, these 12 lessons will empower you to focus on what truly matters. Stick with me until the end because the last one might just be the most liberating idea you'll hear today. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. By watching, you'll discover how to stop chasing perfection, why it's okay to say no, and how embracing imperfection can bring more joy into your life. Plus, I'll share insights on how to embrace aging with confidence, live independently, and create a schedule that reflects your happiness, without feeling guilty. So, grab a cup of tea, get comfortable, and let's dive into these powerful truths that will help you embrace this beautiful chapter of your life with open arms. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. 1. Beauty as a number or appearance. Reaching 70 is not some final milestone that marks the end of life's journey. It's the beginning of a whole new chapter filled with opportunities for growth and transformation. The truth is, as we age, many of the things that once defined us in our youth no longer hold the same meaning. Beauty, in particular, is not a number you find on a scale, a color of lipstick, or the smoothness of your skin. For years, society has sold us the illusion that beauty is synonymous with youth, constantly pushing creams, surgeries, and dyes as the answer to maintaining an ideal appearance. But as I approach my 70s, I've come to realize that beauty isn't about trying to look younger. It's about embracing the beauty of simply being alive. At this stage of life, beauty radiates from within. It's in the spark in your eyes when you watch your grandchildren play or the warmth in your smile when you share a laugh with friends or family, even if it's for the 100th time. Those laugh lines, the ones that others might consider imperfections, are in reality the most honest and beautiful marks of a life well lived. They tell stories of joy, love, challenges, and moments of pure happiness. Rather than spending countless dollars on treatments or products that promise to defy time, I've found it so much more fulfilling to invest in the things that truly make me happy. My hobbies, my passions, and experiences that bring me peace and a deep sense of satisfaction. I've learned that beauty isn't something you can chase. It's not an external pursuit. It's something you carry inside you, nurtured by the love you give and receive, the memories you create, and the way you continue to find joy in even the smallest moments. True beauty comes from within, and it becomes even more evident as we age. When we finally stop trying to keep up with external ideals and start embracing who we truly are, flaws and all. The essence of beauty lies in the wisdom and peace that comes with knowing yourself fully, and the confidence that you no longer need to be anyone other than exactly who you are. 2. Clutter and stress. As the years pass by, we often find ourselves surrounded by more and more things that we accumulate, often without realizing how they silently weigh us down. It's not just the stuff that clutters our drawers, closets, or countertops. It's the emotional and mental burden they carry with them. Each forgotten item, each trinket or piece of clothing that no longer serves us, represents a memory, a past version of ourselves, or a time we once cherished. But as we hold on to these things, we unknowingly hold on to stress, too. I've often asked myself, why do we cling to the things we no longer need? Is it fear of letting go? A sense of guilt? Or perhaps it's simply the comfort of familiarity, even if that familiarity is suffocating us. Decluttering isn't just about getting rid of physical objects. It's about creating the space to breathe, to move freely, and to invite peace into our hearts. It's about simplifying our lives so that we can make room for what truly matters. The moments, the people, the experiences that bring us joy, not the piles of things that just remind us of what's past. For me, the process of decluttering is deeply personal. I started small, tackling just one room or even just one drawer at a time. I asked myself honestly, does this object still bring me joy or serve a real purpose? If it didn't, I held a small moment of gratitude for its role in my life, and then I let it go. It was freeing and liberating in a way that I hadn't expected. The more I released, the more I found clarity, not just in my space but also in my mind. The emotional weight of unnecessary items began to fade, replaced with a sense of lightness, peace, and openness. I believe that when we declutter our physical space, we declutter our minds as well. There's something profoundly calming about living in an environment that reflects simplicity and tranquility. It's not about perfection, but about creating an atmosphere that fosters calm and invites us to appreciate the present moment. The peace that comes from letting go is not just a neat home. It's a peaceful mind and heart, free from the chains of old things that no longer have a place in our future. 3. Unnecessary conflicts. How often have we found ourselves drawn into arguments and disagreements that had absolutely nothing to do with us? I've lost count of how many times I've tried to protect someone I love, defend my children, or intervene to keep peace within the family, only to end up emotionally exhausted, feeling tangled in a web of conflict. After the age of 70, the burden of feeling responsible for every argument, every small injustice, begins to weigh heavier. It's time to start asking ourselves, is this my fight to fight? If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Over the years, I've come to realize that not every battle is mine to win, and honestly, it's taken a lot of emotional growth to accept that. Small disagreements can sap your energy, leave you feeling drained, and sometimes, they even damage relationships that otherwise could have remained strong. The truth is, stepping into every family squabble or defending every wrong can take so much out of you. It's like trying to carry everyone's burdens, even when your shoulders feel like they're already carrying more than enough. At a certain point, we must recognize that we don't have to solve everything. Sometimes, the most powerful, most peaceful decision we can make is to step back and let others navigate their issues. It's a hard pill to swallow, especially when you've spent your life trying to make things right for everyone around you. But as we grow older, we start to realize that our happiness, peace of mind, and emotional well-being are so much more important than getting caught in the middle of someone else's turmoil. This is the time in life when we can perpermitzel vesto and prioritize our peace over the chaos of others. Choosing tranquility over conflict isn't selfish, it's necessary. Letting go of these unnecessary struggles gives us the space to focus on what truly matters, our joy, our peace, and the quiet satisfaction of knowing that we don't have to fix everything anymore. 4. Being overly busy. As women, especially as we grow older, we have this inherent desire to nurture, care for those around us, and maintain those vital connections that keep us feeling engaged with the world. It's in our nature to show up for others and to be present for our families, friends, and communities. But after the age of 70, this sense of duty can become a heavy weight. We begin to realize that constantly saying yes to everyone else means saying no to ourselves. We forget that we too deserve moments of peace, time to recharge, and the ability to pursue what truly makes our hearts sing. Being busy used to be a badge of honor, a sign of vitality, and being deeply involved in life. But now, I see it differently. Busyness has a way of slowly consuming us, draining our energy, and leaving us feeling overwhelmed, sometimes even lost. We begin to wonder, do all these commitments bring us joy? Are we truly happy with the things we're saying yes to? Or are we just fulfilling obligations that leave us exhausted? It's important to pause and reflect on this. Life isn't about filling every moment with something to do. It's about being intentional with our time and protecting the space we need for ourselves. As we age, it's more crucial than ever to learn to say no, to let go of the things that don't bring us joy, and to curate our calendars with love and mindfulness. I believe that as women, we deserve to live the later years of our lives with a sense of freedom, a freedom that comes from choosing what we truly want to invest our time and energy in. Our time is precious, and it should be filled with meaningful moments that nourish our souls, not just endless tasks or obligations. When we do this, our calendars will reflect not the burden of duty, but the joy of living intentionally, the joy of nurturing ourselves, and the joy of creating a life that we can be proud of. It's time to step back and ask ourselves, what do I need right now, and how can I make space for it? 5. Pursuit of perfection. The pursuit of perfection has been ingrained in our lives for as long as we can remember. From keeping our homes impeccably clean to preparing flawless meals, and trying to present ourselves in a way that fits a perfect image, it's as if we're constantly chasing an ideal that may never truly exist. But when we stop and reflect, who is this perfection really for? Is it for our satisfaction, or are we seeking approval from others, trying to meet some invisible, unattainable standard? The relentless striving for perfection can leave us feeling drained, isolated, and disconnected from what truly matters. It can blind us to the beauty of spontaneous moments, the laughter that fills a room, and the simple joy of being with loved ones, flaws and all. I've learned, perhaps too slowly at times, that perfection is not the secret to happiness or meaningful connections. It's often the very thing that keeps us from experiencing true joy. It's when we embrace our imperfections, our messy homes, our half-baked meals, the moments when things don't go according to plan, that we find authenticity. And it's this authenticity, not a curated image of perfection, that people value the most. What others truly cherish is our warmth, our genuine presence, and the love we bring to the table, not whether the house is spotless or the meal is perfectly plated. After all, it's in the imperfections that real connections are formed. The pressure to be perfect can weigh heavy on our hearts, but it's in letting go of that burden that we open ourselves to deeper, more meaningful experiences. 6. Neglecting health. Neglecting our health can be one of the most painful and costly mistakes we make, especially as we grow older. Taking care of ourselves often feels like a never-ending task, as if we're constantly juggling appointments, making dietary adjustments, and struggling to stick to exercise routines. It can feel overwhelming at times, but we must remember that the consequences of neglecting our health far outweigh the temporary inconvenience of making the right choices. The truth is, there is nothing more inconvenient, nothing more disheartening than losing your health. As we age, we realize more than ever that our bodies are not invincible, and each decision we make today will echo through our future. Early intervention, when it comes to taking care of ourselves, is like planting seeds for a healthier tomorrow. It is so much easier to prevent discomfort than it is to manage pain once it takes root. I have come to understand that small, consistent actions are what make all the difference. Preparing simple, wholesome meals might not seem like much, but it's a loving act toward our future selves. Stretching daily, though seemingly trivial, keeps the body flexible and free from the aches and stiffness that often come with age. Keeping up with doctor visits is not a chore, but an opportunity to check in with ourselves, to ensure that we are on the right track and addressing any issues before they escalate. Feeling in control of your health is a gift, a truly empowering feeling. It fills you with confidence, a sense of strength, and a profound understanding that you are worth the effort. It's a form of self-respect that allows you to enjoy life's moments fully, without being held back by avoidable illnesses. Taking care of yourself today means living with grace tomorrow, and that is something worth investing in. 7. Maintaining toxic relationships. Maintaining toxic relationships, especially as we grow older, becomes a choice that can severely affect our well-being. It's heartbreaking to realize that not every relationship is meant to last forever. When you reach the age of 70, you begin to see life through a clearer lens, where the importance of inner peace and emotional health outweighs the need for superficial connections. There comes a point when holding on to toxic friendships or struggling through unbalanced family dynamics just feels draining and unnecessary. It's painful to admit, but sometimes we must accept that some people are no longer meant to be in our lives, no matter how deeply we once cared for them. After decades of giving and receiving in relationships, it's essential to ask ourselves, are these people truly supporting my happiness, or am I simply giving away pieces of my soul for nothing in return? Life at this stage is far too precious to spend on negativity and emotional exhaustion. You owe it to yourself to prioritize the people who lift you, whose presence brings a sense of joy, peace, and rejuvenation. True friendship should feel like a sanctuary, a place where you can rest and be yourself without fear of judgment or toxicity. Walking away from these draining relationships is one of the most important acts of self-care you can offer yourself. Yes, it's difficult. It feels like a form of loss, even if you're choosing to protect yourself. But in truth, the real loss is in allowing negativity to seep into the precious years that remain. Cutting ties with people who have only taken from you without giving back is an act of love, not just for yourself, but for your future. Choose to fill your life with the warmth of those who genuinely appreciate and care for you. Embrace the serenity that comes with surrounding yourself with love, compassion, and understanding. Only then can you truly experience the joy and peace you deserve in these later years. 8. Avoiding new interests and adventures. There's a deeply ingrained myth that after reaching the age of 70, there's no longer any room for new interests or adventures. This misconception can hold us back from embracing the full potential of our later years. In reality, this stage of life is not just a time of reflection, but one of infinite possibilities and untapped potential. It's the perfect moment to explore passions you've always dreamed of but never had the time for. Whether it's picking up a paintbrush and letting your creativity flow onto a blank canvas, immersing yourself in the tranquility of gardening, writing down your thoughts in a journal to reflect on the beauty of the journey, or even finding your voice by joining a choir, there is so much to be discovered. I truly believe that new interests bring not only excitement but also a profound sense of purpose. Life doesn't stop at a certain age. Rather, it transforms and invites you to explore different facets of yourself. With each new experience, we reignite that spark of curiosity and enthusiasm that so many of us feel fades with age. The truth is, you're never too old to learn something new, to stretch beyond what you thought were your limits. It's a beautiful reminder that we are always capable of growth and rediscovery. So why not take that step today, no matter your age? The world is still filled with endless opportunities to bring joy and fulfillment into your life. And the best part is that it's never too late to start. 9. Fear of technology. Fear of technology is something many older adults grapple with, often believing that avoiding it is a safer choice. But in reality, this fear can keep us isolated and disconnected from the world around us, especially as we grow older. After turning 70, it's crucial to recognize that technology is not something to fear, but rather something to embrace, something that can enrich our lives in ways we never thought possible. I know from personal experience that technology has the power to bridge the gap between generations, offering us new opportunities to stay connected with family and friends, no matter the physical distance. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Imagine the joy of seeing your grandchildren's smiling faces through a video call or hearing the laughter of a friend from miles away. With the touch of a button, you can access an entire universe of knowledge, from cooking tips to online courses that allow you to pursue lifelong dreams or simply learn something new every day. Technology can even bring a sense of adventure and excitement back into your life, offering countless hobbies and activities at your fingertips. Yes, the idea of learning something new can be intimidating, and yes, there will be moments of frustration, but let me tell you this, it's worth it. Start small. Maybe begin with a tablet or a simple smartphone. Ask a younger family member or a friend to guide you through the basics. The beauty is, you don't have to do it alone. These devices were designed to help us, to make our lives easier and more fulfilling. So, why not embrace that? I believe in our later years, We should not be defined by our age or our hesitation. Instead, we should be defined by our courage to keep learning, keep growing, and keep living a life full of possibilities. The world is at our fingertips, and we deserve to be a part of it. 10. Worrying about others' opinions. As we grow older, it becomes increasingly clear that no matter how hard we try, there will always be someone who has an opinion about the choices we make. It's almost as though it's written into the human condition. Everyone has a thought on what we should do, how we should act, and who we should be. But here's the truth. After reaching a certain age, particularly after 70, these opinions start to carry less weight. And why should they? The time we have left is far too precious to spend worrying about the judgment of others. We owe it to ourselves to live authentically, to embrace the life we've earned, and to surround ourselves with the things that truly make us feel alive. So, why not dance with abandon even if there are eyes upon us? Why not speak the truth that's burning in our hearts, even when it's not the most popular stance? And why, oh why, should we deny ourselves the joy of wearing something that makes us feel beautiful, even if it's unconventional? In the end, it's our happiness that matters. It's our fulfillment and our peace of mind. After all, we've lived through enough to know that no one else is going to carry our burdens, live our dreams, or experience our joys. The only opinion that truly counts is our own. Prioritize your happiness. Embrace the freedom to live for yourself, unapologetically and without hesitation. 11. Avoiding financial planning. Avoiding financial planning after the age of 70 is, without question, one of the most critical and regretful mistakes you can make. It may seem like something you can push aside, especially when life feels like it's already filled with so many demands. But the truth is that neglecting this vital aspect of your life can bring so much unnecessary stress and anxiety. As we age, the challenges we face can feel more pronounced: health concerns, changing living situations, and, unfortunately, the inevitable loss of loved ones. It is so easy to feel like you're being swept along by the current, but financial planning offers an anchor, a means to regain control, and more importantly, peace of mind. You may wonder why it's so important, especially when you've lived most of your life without a financial roadmap. The answer lies in the clarity and confidence a solid plan provides. Knowing where your money is going gives you the power to make intentional choices about how you live, rather than constantly worrying about what might happen next. It's not just about putting a budget together or making sure you have enough to cover your bills. It's about treating yourself with the dignity you deserve, allowing yourself the occasional splurge, knowing that you are secure enough to enjoy life without a sense of guilt or worry. Imagine being able to go out for a meal you love, take a small vacation, or pamper yourself a little, all without second-guessing whether it's something you can afford. Financial planning goes beyond simply tracking expenses. It's about crafting a vision for your future, a future where you are not burdened by financial stress. This plan could involve things like preparing for long-term care, considering insurance options, setting aside funds for emergencies, or even just ensuring you can maintain your current lifestyle without depending too heavily on others. The most crucial part of all of this is understanding that it's a deeply personal journey. Every person's financial picture is unique, and there's no one-size-fits-all approach. But taking the time to assess your situation, setting goals, and making sure your money is working for you in a way that reflects your values, your needs, and your desires is something you'll never regret. What is most empowering about financial planning is the freedom it offers. It's about liberating yourself from worry and fear, those constant companions that can make aging feel more like a burden than a blessing. You can rest assured that even small steps, such as reviewing your accounts, understanding your assets, or meeting with a financial advisor, can make a world of difference. The beauty of it is that it's never too late to start. There's always time to take control, to decide that you are not going to leave your future up to chance. I know that starting can feel overwhelming. The world of finances can seem daunting at any age, especially if you feel like you've never had to face it before. But it's not about having everything figured out right away. It's about taking that first step toward creating a clear picture of your financial health. The power lies in the fact that, Even now, you can shape your future. Your age doesn't determine whether you can start, and it certainly doesn't mean it's too late to secure peace of mind. The earlier you begin, the better, but even in your later years, every effort you put into it now can make your journey ahead that much smoother. Think about the freedom you'll feel knowing you have a plan that aligns with your needs and dreams, rather than constantly fearing what might happen. You'll gain confidence, control, and above all, the ability to embrace your later years with peace, without feeling burdened by financial uncertainty. Life, as we know, is unpredictable, but when you take the time to prepare yourself, you are better equipped to weather whatever comes your way. And that, to me, is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself, now and in the years to come. 12. Fear of aging. Fear of aging is a natural reaction for many of us, especially in a world that often celebrates youth and beauty as the pinnacle of life's experiences. But in truth, aging is not something to fear, it's something to welcome with open arms. It's a gift, one that holds within it the culmination of years lived, lessons learned, and love shared. The fear we often feel comes from the misconception that aging means loss of energy, beauty, and vitality. But when we step back and truly examine it, aging brings with it something far more precious than anything it takes away. It brings wisdom, growth, perspective, and a deeper sense of gratitude. Every wrinkle that appears on your face is a map, a testament to the moments you've lived through. The smiles, the tears, the laughter, the challenges. Each gray hair is not a sign of aging but a crown of experience. These physical changes represent more than just time passing. They symbolize all the rich experiences, struggles, triumphs, and stories that have made you who you are today. How beautiful it is to be able to look in the mirror and see someone who has lived deeply, someone who has embraced life with all of its messy, glorious moments. Rather than focusing on what aging might take away, let's begin to celebrate what it gives. Aging brings perspective, something that youth often lacks. As you grow older, you start to understand that life is not about perfection or having it all figured out. You begin to realize that the most important things in life aren't the material possessions you once thought were so necessary. Instead, you start cherishing the people around you, the quiet moments of peace, the beautiful simplicity of a sunrise, and the tender touch of a friend or loved one. The things that once seemed urgent, the things you thought you needed to chase, fade into the background. What remains is a profound appreciation for life itself, for the fleeting moments that are too often overlooked in the rush of youth. There's also something incredibly empowering about the wisdom that comes with age. You begin to understand yourself more fully, shedding the layers of insecurity and doubt that may have plagued you earlier in life. You have learned to listen to your body, your heart, and your instincts in ways you may never have before. You learn to accept both the good and the bad with grace, knowing that everything is part of your journey. This wisdom allows you to build deeper, more meaningful relationships with others, free from the fear of judgment or comparison. You understand now that it's not about how much you accomplish, but how you love, how you live, and how you grow. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Aging also allows you to take a step back from the fast-paced world and simply breathe. It allows you to slow down and savor the little things. The scent of fresh flowers, the sound of rain tapping against the window, the warmth of a hug, the joy of spending time with family, or simply watching the world go by from a park bench. These moments, once taken for granted, become treasures that fill you with a sense of peace and contentment. You have the time to reflect, to truly be present, and to appreciate the simple, often overlooked joys that make life so rich. This period of life can also be a time of tremendous self-discovery. As you grow older, you may find that you have new dreams or passions that you never had time for before. Whether it's taking up a new hobby, traveling to places you've always wanted to see, or learning something entirely new, aging opens the door to new adventures. It's an invitation to start fresh, redefine yourself, and pursue your desires without the pressure of meeting societal expectations. There is something incredibly liberating about knowing that you no longer have to prove anything to anyone. You can just be you, unapologetically, confidently, and completely. And yet, while aging brings wisdom, it also offers the opportunity to feel young again, in a different way. The freedom that comes with aging allows you to tap into your playful, adventurous side, even when your body moves a little slower. There's a unique joy in pursuing things you love without the constraints of expectations or deadlines. You can rediscover the thrill of spontaneity, the excitement of trying something new, and the simple joy of being alive, free from the worries and stresses that once seemed so important. Aging is not about fading away. It's about blossoming into a deeper, more beautiful version of yourself. It's about embracing all the experiences, the people, the lessons, and even the mistakes that have made you who you are. The older we get, the more we begin to realize that life's true beauty lies not in what we can accumulate, but in what we give, how we love, and how we grow through the years. This chapter, though sometimes filled with challenges, is also filled with immense potential. It's a chapter where you can live with intention, where you can care for yourself and others with a depth of understanding that only age can bring. So let's stop fearing aging and start celebrating it for the incredible journey it truly is. Embrace the changes that come with it, and trust that every new wrinkle, every gray hair, and every moment spent living is a testament to the beautiful story you've been writing all along. This is your time to shine, to live, to love, and to be more alive than ever before. Aging is not the end of something. It's the beginning of something even more profound and beautiful. As we come to the end of this video, I hope you've gained a fresh perspective on aging and what it truly means. It's not something to fear, but something to embrace, celebrate, and learn from. We've explored the beauty that comes with growing older, the wisdom, the perspective, and the incredible opportunities for self-discovery and joy. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What have you learned so far? What's one thing you've learned that you plan to bring into your own life? Let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, please take a moment to leave your comment, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you for joining me today. Let's continue to embrace aging as the beautiful journey it truly is.